No, sir. I've quit drinking.
You've seen the error of your ways.
No, I just can't afford it.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
Yes, sweetheart, I have a rare condition which requires me to drink one of those every 15 minutes, please.
Yeah, well, give me a fucking drink. Move it, you little prick.
I'm sorry, Bruce. These boys get that syrup in them. They get all antsy and they're pantsy. They just can't keep them under control.
Cheers, welcome back to Reels, Booze, and Bros, a.k.a. RB2. I'm your host, Jay. I got my co-host, Brian, here with me. Brian, what's up?
What up?
And my two Real Bro fan co-hosts, Kev, welcome back in. And Shane, it's been a bit. Welcome back, Shane. Gentlemen.
Hello.
Everyone. What's up? How are we doing this evening, huh? Good? Don't all answer at once.
We're going old school for old school.
Yeah, that's right. As you can see on the Booze Cam, we are live again on our Twitch stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it last time. We'll see if we're going to talk in robots again with all the lag. But again, Booze Cam is showing a little PBR, Pat's Blue Ribbon. When
not very little though.
Yeah, the 24.
We got some tall boys.
There's some tall boys going on. So
we crush them on our heads when we're done.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And
go streaking through the quad.
It's a gymnasium. Come on. So our last episode, the program. Steroids, cheating tests, alcoholism, and college football. What can I say more about the program?
Place at the table. Starting defense.
Besides, I'd have to say the coach sucked. It's probably the worst movie coach we've ever had. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Latimer should be in jail. Besides that quote and banging heads.
For rape and...
Yeah, you know, steroids. And
Steroids,
probably
rape.
the ugliest movie quarterback out there. Anything else I'm missing, guys?
Christy Swanson's ass. That was nice.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I know, Shane, you didn't join us on the last podcast. Anything you want to add on there real quick? What do you think of the program that we had?
No, you guys covered a lot of good stuff. I like the fact of Alan Mack going from the defensive guy to necessary roughness.
Yeah.
Like the pussy wide receiver who can't catch shit.
Exactly.
Just looking at his hands. Oh. Ball is my friend.
He goes from middle linebacker, stud All-American, to walk-on wide receiver who's could run a 40 like in 4 flat.
Yeah.
Can't catch a ball.
Well, he had that leg injury, that's why. So I guess that's what happened.
He got faster.
Well, I mean, fast doesn't necessarily mean like a good catcher. So.
All right, I'm going to throw this out
It's like
there.
Tommy John.
I'm going to throw this out there. Can you imagine take Robert Loggia and put him as a head coach as James Conn spot?
Yeah.
This suit doesn't work for me.
Goddamn shirt! It doesn't work for me!
When was the last time
Now let's
someone
talk about-
won a spelling bee contest here?
Let's talk about what has been working. Not a goddamn thing.
I think the movie works with Robert
Yeah,
Loggia.
that's a good one.
I totally agree. Now I need this happening in my life. Anyway, let's bring it back. So, what's the program? If you didn't tune into it, obviously there's no Robert Loggia, but you just heard that. So check out the program, our latest podcast. It's on our website, reelsboozebros.com. And let's move on. As you said, old school. The movie Old School. Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn. The triple threat right there. The triumvirate, gentlemen. It was great. I loved it. Before we get into it, let's get into the booze. So PBR, Shane, bro, could you enlighten us on this delicate beverage called Pabst Blue Ribbon?
It's a 3-step process with this. It's old school. It's Pabst. Frank's wearing a Pabst shirt in the movie, and he's drinking what we just realized today is called Old Style, which was brewed by Pabst. So it felt right to get the tall boy. I didn't want to get the 40 because that just tastes like shit after. So
after like 5 minutes.
Nice
like,
tall can of
But
PBR.
since this is a college-themed movie, sticking with our little bit of a theme here, PBR is a beer that we all generally drank in college because it was one of the cheapest beers around. So you could get a 30-pack for
like
$14, you know. So, yes, sign me up.
I'm looking on the back of the can. I'm trying to find the flavor profile on this one.
Please, enlighten us, Cal.
According to Untapped, it's sweet, warm, and
Fully?
Yellow.
Full? All right. Yeah. Smooth.
warm
definitely
was
some
one of
water
the things that it brought up automatically.
I'm not getting the citrus hops in this one, though.
All right, got it. Now, on to Old School. So Old School is a 2003 American comedy film directed and co-written by Todd Phillips. So again, the film stars Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn, and Will Ferrell as depressed men in their 30s who seek to relive their college days by starting a fraternity and the tribulations they encounter in doing so. Very short synopsis. It cannot be any more true than that. Let's see. The film grossed about 17.4 mil in 2689 theaters in its opening weekend at the U.S. box office, opening at number 2 behind. Anyone want to think any idea?
2003?
Yeah. So, which
what kind of release was it?
Second week on the top spot. So this one is actually a superhero movie.
Spider-Man?
No, it was a Ben Affleck superhero movie.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Wow. That was a _1 movie at some point?
Yeah, for 2 weeks in a row, I think. And let's see, Old School has grossed receipts of $75 million in the U.S. and Canada $11 million in international markets for a total of $87 million worldwide. Successful. Hands down successful. On to the movie reviews. So Rotten Tomatoes, 60% on the tomato meter. Audience score 86%. IMDb gave it a 7.1 out of 10. Metacritic, the Metascore, 54 out of 100. And user score, 8.2 out of 10. So that's what we have for the reviews of the critics, stuff like that. As you know how I always say, I fucking hate critics because they don't know shit. This movie's fantastic. Obviously, the audience knows how well and awesome and amazing and funny this movie is. What are our thoughts, gentlemen? What do you think, Brian? Let's do it.
For me, I agree with the audience score, like with the 8.6. For me, this is one of like my favorite comedy movies of all time. This is like one of like my growing up movies. So I'm giving this like a solid 9. I fucking watch this movie. I'm laughing every single time. I know what's coming up. I know the line. I don't care. It's still fucking funny. But it's different now because like when this movie first came out, it's 21. Now I'm pushing 40 and I'm on that other side of like where I feel like, man, I want to be those guys. Like, I feel like we could still do that. We could still party. We could still hang out. Still, show some of these young bucks what's up and be like,
bang some college chick.
well, in this movie, high school girls.
18, Kev, 18.
Yeah.
No, wait. Do we know she's 18?
They never say.
They
They really
say she graduates high school and
But she's going to the prom, too.
So
They never really say. But
we'll just assume that Luke Wilson's not a rapist.
Yeah, but it just makes you like, it's like a full, like 180, like from when you first watch it to now. But I mean, everything about this movie's fucking great. Like the timing, like Will Ferrell's like this is his breakout movie. Vince Vaughn and his like fucking quick one-liners and everything. Everything just works so perfectly together in this movie, and I just laugh. So, yeah.
Got it. Kev, what do you think? Shane, Kev, we'll jump in.
So I would say for me, like you said, this movie's a 9 out of 10. For movies in general, I would say that. For comedies, I honestly think this is a 10 out of 10 comedy. Like from start to finish, it's hilarious. There's so many quotable lines. We're going to get there eventually that we still say for the last 20 years since the movie's been out.
Yeah.
Any night you're out, any random line could slip. I remember when this came out, I saw it twice when it came out in theaters because double dip because it was. And I think
I saw it opening weekend.
There have been more like quote unquote like outrageous comedies that have come since then, but I think when this came out, it was pretty over the line. I think for a lot of stuff that goes on there also. So, I mean, it's not every day you see
Say it harder yourself, Spanish.
you see what do they call him? An octogenarian basically has a heart attack wrestling. So. But yeah, there's so much here that's just funny as hell, and it's really like back then, if I remember right. I know Vince Vaughn was in a couple of small things. Well, not small things, but he had like small roles in other films. Will Ferrell was big from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
But this is really like the first like real big thing that they were in.
Yeah,
So,
I think Vince Vaughn did Swingers before.
he did, but Swingers was like an independent movie that they do a lot, and he was in
first.
He was in the second Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, he was.
But he wasn't. But he wasn't
Was
a
it
big
his breakout?
No, but he wasn't a big. He didn't have a big role in that.
He
movie,
wasn't
though.
on
This
his-
is a big role.
He
in
wasn't.
The movie.
He was on his way to becoming a star because
Yeah.
he started getting more stuff. And I don't know. Maybe Luke Wilson could have been arguably the biggest star at the time, even though he wasn't in a ton either.
No, he probably was. I mean, the guy who was
What was Jeremy Piven in before this?
PCU.
Yeah,
Besides PCU and
he was not really doing much either.
not Better Off Dead. One Crazy Summer, he was in that.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, for them, this is like a great coming out movie for them where you can really see like what they can do in a film. Like you said, for Vince Vaughn, he was in Swingers, but that wasn't a big movie that a lot of people saw. And he's in, I think it's Jurassic World is the second one, but he's only in it for a little bit.
He was in Rudy too.
Yeah.
That was a small role too.
That was for you.
He's I was gonna say, he's the first one that gives up the jersey or something. Or no, he's the other walk-on that doesn't get to play, right?
Wait, who was in Rudy?
He was the other
Vince
walk-on
Vaughn.
with.
He hates Rudy.
I fucking hate Rudy.
Anyway, all right, so we'll move on. Anyway, Shane, what do you think?
Shane, what do you think?
No, I concur. I'd say 9 out of 5 to 10 out of 10. It's one of those movies, if you've seen it once, then you can, anytime it's on, once it's on, jump in at any point, and it's still fucking hilarious. From the point you watch it on, it's, no matter how many times you've seen it, it's great. And coming from what I was saying before, that I showed it to a newer generation, to Katie, she loved it too, so it still holds its laughs and value.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Still after all this time.
It's still relevant to today, on everything. For the most part,
I have to agree. We got the movie on in the background, so we've just been doing that lately.
my boy, Blue.
So we're kind of just going back and forth. I agree with everybody. I give this movie 11 out of 10 on my scale. Just loved it. And you can pick it up, as Shane says the same thing. You can pick up anywhere you want. It's that damn good. Just sit down and just watch it, and you're laughing your ass off. I thought I wasn't going to laugh as much as I did before, but I fucking did. Some random shit would always get me. I'll probably wait till scenes, but
like right now. Wincy.
It actually took me a while to realize Lou was in the frat.
Yeah.
I didn't.
He's got no real speaking parts.
He does. He's just there for the hell
Walk it off, big guy.
And so that's it. So let's move on to our favorite scenes. I guess I'll start with. I got 3 because it's a lot, but I wanted to very narrow it down because they're little bits and pieces in the scenes that are funny within stuff. So obviously I enjoyed. I would say from the cab scene to the dude showing up for the gangbang at the house. So like with Mitch,
who's the director?
Yeah. So a little BTS. That guy is the director who shows up. I'm here for the gangbang. Hello. But it starts with the he's leaving the conference. He's in the back seat, and he asks the cab driver. It's so inappropriate right now that this
seatbelt doesn't work.
Yeah.
What do you think I should do?
Yeah.
I recommend you stop being a faggot.
Yeah.
You're in the back seat.
Yeah. And that did not age well at all, that term. But it got me. I remember seeing it. Actually, Brian, going back, didn't we see this in the theater together? I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Had to. So yeah, from there and then getting home and finding the girlfriend and watching porn, he's freaking oh my god, what's going on? And then oh wait a minute, you're getting yourself kinky tonight, so let's do this. And then also you're hello, dude comes naked out of the fucking bathroom and shit. They're ready for the gangbang. Oh,
I think the cab scene that just starts it off you realize it's gonna be a raunchy fucking.
Oh,
movie.
you knew right from that in there.
Here we go.
I'm sold. This movie's gonna be good.
Like you say, it's obviously inappropriate now. When I was rewatching it yesterday, as soon as he said it, I was like, ha! And then I was like, oh, it's probably unfortunate. But I laughed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We're such assholes. We're laughing too. I don't know because Mick puts us back in that time. See, the whole entire thing, he fucking smacks his head against the glass and everything.
See, told you.
Okay, then for the next one, the housewarming party, Mitchapalooza.
Yeah.
So that it's just. You get a feel for this is what they were back in the day and how fucking insane they were. I just imagine I guess they probably calmed down probably I don't know, maybe 1/10 of what they used to be. Because Frank the Tank, you get the full. This is what Frank the Tank was.
You get the return of Frank.
The return.
One more.
I'll do one more.
Fill it up again. So, and then, what is it? Vince Vaughn's character just talking about the Speaker City. I feel like he may have been totally different in college because now he has the entire Speaker City background.
He didn't go to college. He said,
That's what he
That's right. Yeah,
I could barely read.
I could barely read.
I'm worth $3.5 million that the government knows about.
So him and
I
his
got more electronics up there than a Kiss concert.
in his college age days, he was it's just.
He was always an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
This is what he's been missing out on. He knows he missed out on this time in his life. He's I gotta get this shit back because it's time.
And got such boy band ass.
Yeah, if they're 30, he has the one older kid that's playing soccer because they're holding the baby. So he's probably been married,
Max.
and so he didn't really have the whole probably early partying experience, I guess.
No, he probably did not happen at all. So, excuse me. Then I only picked 3. So the next one was the kid's birthday party. I fucking love because Sean William Scott's character.
There's so many aspects of that. That scene, the whole party.
Yes,
the whole. So many aspects.
What are you doing around walking with your head off? You're breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
Me, I'm in full costume.
Come on, Spanish. You're better than that, Spanish.
You really traumatized somebody's kid. Yeah, you're right.
You're right, sir. I'm sorry.
Shake your tail when you walk, baby. You're better than that. And then he's doing it as he's walking.
then you got fucking Frank the Tank yelling at Blue for not enough ice in his
We
lemonade.
don't really take this whole too seriously. There's no ice in this.
Drop down and give me 10. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's like,
Fucking took one in the jugular.
the way how he says, he's like, yes.
Is this bad?
That shit is not cool. You better pull it out.
Dart in your neck. What dart?
But if like you look back at Sean Scott's face after he got fucking hit,
He's so excited.
he's so excited. He like really got into it. I was like in tears.
Yes.
At the same time, he's also got the best mullet I've ever seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen a better. You know what?
Either him or Joe Dirt.
I was saying it's like the rival of Mullis, Joe Dirt. Yeah, I've got so many quotes from that one fucking scene. So that's what I got. I don't want to take anything else. Who wants to hop in here and grab whatever else for fucking quotes that's going on? Or I mean, I'm sorry, for scenes. Shane, we'll go with you now. We'll go round table the other way.
Yeah, I mean, I got the wedding because you got the whole beanie up on the stage talking to Frank, telling him like this basically the worst. Don't do it. This is the worst mistake you
Real
ever
smart
made.
move, Frank.
Yeah, one vagina for the rest of your
I
life.
got a wife, kids.
Do I look happy?
Look happy. Look at her. Smile. Yeah. She's watching, judging.
It takes a real man to give away an angel.
Talks all that shit. He comes up with the fucking
And
credit.
then the wink at the end.
And that leads into the whole ceremony, which introduces the Dan band,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Love the Dan band. Love him.
and what's Mitch's toast. It just starts off so fucking funny.
I think what he meant to say is, well, no, it ends there. It picks
Yeah.
up here.
Take the 3:00 flight home from San Diego.
I said,
It's like a goddamn magic show.
I haven't seen Frank's dad in 8 years. Really glad you made
Thumbs
it.
up. Love you, Dad. To go on from the Mitchapalooza, like the after party when we meet Dean Pritchard.
Yes, the next
was a
morning.
Great, yeah. Whippets flying around.
It's cool. You got out.
When Frank and his wife go to the therapist, and he's talking about
The tree of trust.
tree of trust and
in the nest.
going to
of the tree.
Olive Garden, seeing some panties.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I really want to know where he was going with that too.
Probably just white cotton, but maybe it's silk. I don't know.
Something I've never heard before.
I don't. It's like I'm only gonna have sex with one woman for the rest of my life.
This is actually that scene that's on right now is another great scene. Andy Dick is like a small part in this, but playing this.
The blowjob. The
blowjob.
Mind the stepchildren.
Whether you're with your husband or some sailor you met at like TV on Fridays, who never did call me back.
Because you got jizz in your eye and like you couldn't see or something.
Herpes.
When I get back, I'm gonna show you something I like to call crouching tiger, hidden penis.
Did you guys see that movie?
Did you guys see that movie? I loved it with the little flying kung fu and, you know.
Oh, somebody just made a bad mistake.
Really?
Are you hurt?
Yes.
I'm hurt.
Good job, Maritza, everybody. Really take it.
110%. The scene that was on before this, the van when they're recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They get Spanish and then they get the old guy. I don't even think we know.
I don't know what his name. I have to go look at it.
Joseph Blue Pulaski?
No, not
No, there's a different guy. The
middle-aged
one
guy.
that's getting, the one that has the wife in the
Who was
parking lot.
shopping?
Tell anyone we were here, we'll kill you.
I'm just
kidding.
That he steals like the cheese
Cheese puffs out of the bag.
I'm sorry, we'll have
We'll
him
have
back
back
by
by
tonight.
tonight.
But
Yeah, then I get blue.
And Master of Puppets is playing.
Yeah,
which
that was
is
so
a much
perfect.
better album
Yeah.
than the Black Album, by the way.
That song was so
Let's
perfect
relax.
for it.
Right? I tell you, before you get on, any movie that has Metallica in it is a #1 favorite. Obviously, Zombieland.
Zombieland intro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Got it in there. Good to go. All right, Shane. What else?
I mean, I gotta tell more. I'm not gonna take. If we miss any, I'll come back to it.
Maybe
I'll pass it on to Kevin.
All right, I'll just throw 2 more in there also. So also, even before they have the party, when he first moves into the house, Because that's also the first time where they do the earmuffs. So we're going through that. And the whole time, Will Ferrell like has the hockey stick, just randomly walking around breaking shit. Starts patting Mitch in the ass with it.
He's like, come on, Mitch, let's do this.
Whenever I used to
We need
pause
this.
that, he breaks the glass.
Yeah.
If you pause it right at the right moment, Frank's face is so funny. He's got this like stupid face. You gotta pause it at just the right second.
So I had that, and then also most other scenes I have already been said, but I'll just throw in the KY wrestling party.
Yeah. Two hot naked chicks.
So they have that. That's the part when Vince Vaughn is upstairs with the other girl, and it's like, well, if anything happens to my wife, can you give me your number? That was a bad idea.
So where does that scene start for you? Does it start in the office where he's going over the leasing contract?
Yeah, because it's where he meets the other guy. He's like, trust me, you're not missing much.
Yeah,
and then it goes right into that afterwards.
It becomes it's Spanish and Wincy shout like
we have all this
like,
KY.
Yeah.
It's like they don't have it in the 8-ounce tubes. We only get the 4-ounce ones. It's like never at work. Never at work. Then it cuts right into that, and then it's basically Luke Wilson getting punched right in the face.
I'm going again, baby.
Frank's the ref.
Yeah.
Rip his head off. Rip his head off. Rip his head off. Oh, so good.
Yeah, so I'll just put those two out there. So I don't know what's even left for Bribe. I'm sure you think of something.
Yeah, I was like trying to think. I will put 2 more scenes in there that I could think of real quick. Both one's really small, but it's when Mitch is getting coffee with Nicole, and the guy comes back for The Godfather. It's free.
You're talking to a legend. Having coffee and cake.
Listen, you don't say that, James.
I look forward to pledging next year.
No, your money no good here.
Love, it's a motherfucker, huh?
Like, that guy was awesome. He's in only for like a minute and a half, but he was fantastic. So I love that scene.
This movie's post Fight Club, right? It's kind of got to be riffing on that scene in Fight Club where he goes to the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, Fight Club is not
gonna
That scene, I wasn't able to see it a little bit in the BTS. I feel like that was the Meg Ryan scene with what's his face. That same movie.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, it looked
Harry
very.
met Sally?
It looks like that, but anyway,
It could be. But.
Brian, go on.
And then my last scene will be specifically, we just talked about this before we started recording, but when Frank, in the final scene, final challenge, when they're doing the gymnastics and Frank is doing
The rhythmic gymnastics.
he's doing the male floor exercise.
Just when he waves it right in the dean's face, he like, takes it back.
Like, Frank specifically was the best part of that, but I love the whole thing, but the men's gymnastic part.
Oh, Vince Vaughn with the heater in his mouth while he's doing the rings is pretty good.
He's still holding.
The music they had playing in it too.
So yeah, I will put those in there, but we could still go with more because they're scenes within scenes, they're quick 3-minute
Yes.
little spots where you're like, oh shit, this part's really good.
I was trying to get
when you go to
get it earlier.
Mitchapalooza, the Frank the Tank part is the best part of Mitchapalooza. That's a scene on its own, but the other stuff in it is good just as well. But
Every part when Frank tries to give the bread maker to a different person.
Hey, Max wants to open
He's got 3 speeds.
It's got 3 speeds. But then so they just glare at him. He's like, damn it. But no, the small scenes, we didn't really mention them that much, but the scenes with the dean, behind the scenes, trying to do everything, the first time that one, Weasley kid that's working for him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it looks like, they got approved. And the guy's looking at him, he's like, this is me leaving. This is me leaving.
Stupid as they look, they're really good at paperwork.
Oh, that's supposed to be funny?
it's quite an anomaly.
And then when they're trying to, they're bribing the student counselor, he's like, turn around.
Like in this one right here, they're inside the birthday party again,
here
and
we
it's
go.
he's like, "Good talk, I'll see you out there." It's guy code. Don't tell him we're cheating and shit like that.
Little scenes within the whole scene.
In case one of these little fuckers get out of control.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned it before also, just that little smack in the face when he says, hey, didn't you bang the boss's daughter? It's like, it's not true.
There's one with Vince Vaughn where I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the fact, so after they get, they get kicked out, they get revoked after the by the dean. They're inside the hotel, the motel, wherever, and he's explaining it, and then Wincy's like,
oh, he's crying.
Yeah, he's crying, and he goes to Vince Vaughn. He kisses his fucking head.
Right before that
He
Spanish.
gives him a kiss on the head, and he's rubbing him. It's gonna be okay.
My mother shot me with a knife. She said, "I'll fucking kill you."
Mitch is a lawyer, bud. It's gonna be okay.
And he cries. I don't know why, but I lost it.
Oh man, his face is.
I was gonna say with that one scene with Spanish also, it's like my life is ruined. I'm gonna work at Red Lobster. You already work at Red Lobster. It's part-time, dick.
Now, I feel like this definitely happened. Like, this could be, like, he's not joking around. Like, he probably did shoot himself.
So we're all laughing like idiots because I said we have the movie on in the background, volume
like,
low.
He brings like stiff
captions
back on. Like
Frank the Tank just shot himself with a dart gun in the neck.
Is this bad?
And Sean William Scott's face. Well, I forgot what his name was. I gotta look it up. Just is priceless
does he
in
even
this.
have a name in this?
Oh, he does. It's in there. Let me go to the full cast.
dart in your neck, man.
Yeah.
And then he falls in the water and he's he just French kissed me.
Says his name is
Did he, like,
Peppers.
punch him right after?
Peppers.
Yeah,
His name is
Peppers
Peppers.
is
Yeah,
his name,
and he kicks him back into the water after he French kisses him.
Does it say like Peppers like
It just says
donkeys
Peppers
or something?
Peppers donkeys.
And if these fuckers act up, I get to take them down. That's right.
Just look at the slow motion of Frank.
Yep. So he's like a zombie getting up and going throughout. Like there's such detail to.
But
to
Vince
this.
Vaughn's face during the whole thing is classic. You could just see the disappointment with the clown makeup on. He's like,
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Just no.
Like as we go on, does anyone else notice that the son Max is wearing the same soccer
yeah, he's wearing
uniform?
the soccer-
His
soccer
soccer uniform throughout the entire fucking movie.
Excuse me.
Because like people, that we have kids. Like there's some kids they do love their favorite like outfits, but other than that,
They're rich, you know. He
Yeah,
must
you
have 8 million pairs of clothes.
yeah, he's
always
$3.5
wearing
million
soccer
that they're
jersey.
worth, but the kids still
That the
wearing the
government
same.
knows about.
Yeah, the government knows about. Is wearing the same uniform for there. Oh, great song. Anyway,
every song in this like fits this movie.
it was
so
perfect.
good.
So let's move on to. All right, guys, it's gonna be favorite quotes. Let's keep it to about 100 if we can.
I'm just gonna hand the script.
Yeah, so I'll start with this one. So they're obviously they're at Mitch Palooza, and there's Frank. Well, actually a pretty nice little Sunday. We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, stuff like that. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we have enough time. I'm married, I have kids. I still say that shit today. I don't
I'm
know.
not married and don't have kids. I say that too anyway.
But what also sells that scene, like that quote, is how his delivery is, and the two kids that are talking, or the
like,
three kids,
what's
and you're just like,
and the fact he's
what
holding
the
two
fuck are you talking about?
Pepsis,
man?
cherry Pepsis.
Yeah, the wild
I
cherry
look at him.
Pepsis.
He's holding cherry Pepsis. He's holding-
We don't want Frank the Tank coming back.
It's a long way from there. And then obviously where he goes after he fills up the beer, he's like, "Fill it up again! Fill it up again! Once it hits your lips, it's so good."
That part, like, and then when he goes and he's punching, like doing the motion, and he's, you know it, and then he takes the girl's face and licks it.
You know it.
That's we know that the tank is back.
That girl is very excited for that lick also afterwards. She's like, woo!
She's like, I'm taking him home.
Yeah, that's what we know. Frank the Tank has been established and he is back. Let's see what else. Then I said the cab driver in the beginning. Kev, thank you for recording this. And then Peppers, you got a fucking dark in your net, man. That most of mine are Frank. Is Frank, are you sure you're okay with this blue? Just ring the bell, you pussy.
His last words, R.I.P.
I'm sorry. Just ring the bell, ring the fucking bell, you pansy.
Yeah.
On that one. And then let's see. We're going streaking. We're going up the quad to the gymnasium.
Bring your green hat.
Then again, Frank.
Snoop-a-loop.
Yeah, thanks. Took the restrictor plate off to give the Red Dragon a little more juice. But it's not exactly street legal, so keep it on the down low.
Hey, Mike.
With the neighbor. It's a little loud. Can you turn it down? Oh, I'm sorry. Was he wearing a bandana?
Yeah.
And then again, the wedding singer. Fucking every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight.
All the older guests are progressively
I
just looking
fucking
over
need
like,
you more
The
than
first
ever.
time he says fucking, and Frank is looking at it, he's like,
Yeah,
did you hear that? Like,
Did that really just happen? Like, nah, no. Like, the first time watching the movie, I was just like, just like everyone else, like, did that really just happen? And we're like, nah. And then all of a sudden it just goes
It goes again. We drop the
just
F-bomb. I'm like, oh, it's
gets
going
into
on. Let's see. Beanie, I'd like to welcome you all to the Mitch Martin Freedom Festival. Now, for those of you who don't know who Mitch Martin is, he's the very successful, very disease-free gentleman standing by the minibar. Now, courtesy of Speaker City, which is slashing prices on everything from beepers to DVD players. Give a warm welcome Harry, give a warm welcome, Harrison. Welcome to my pal and your favorite Snoop Dogg.
They're still selling beepers in 2003. I remember
I had one in
Maybe.
like '98, so
I remember like
Like,
2003.
Right out of high school. It was like,
2003 was more like
Not cool enough for a
more
cell phone
people
yet.
getting cell phones, like
yeah, it was definitely.
especially
self-made.
after you know.
Well, there was. Frank had the one like the flip
9/11,
phone where he said, "Would you like to go out for a whole meal of food?" So it's like,
Some frozen yogurt.
We'll
Or,
throw on a Cisco CD.
and all right, I'll end my quotes with this one. Again, Barry, it's called Barry, oral sex instructor. Excuse me, I have to get my my impersonation going up. I got a little
minus step children.
frog.
Minus step children.
All right, excuse me. So, the secret to a good BJ is focus. I don't care if we're talking about your husband of 10 years or just some hot sailor you made at TGI Fridays a couple of months ago who never did call back, but did leave me with a little something called herpes. which then I gave to the dog, but that's neither here nor there. Grab your vegetables, ladies. He's fucking holding a little... They're wearing the same shit, the polo shirt. I'm fucking done. I forgot about the fucking dog. The stupid fucking shirt.
He's got the same hair, like parted down the middle.
It's like a longer bowl cut from Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey's got.
Rip his head off. Oh man.
Oh shit! All right, someone else go next. I'm fucking sweating. The hair's going crazy, Shane. Again, what's the new booze we got going? Excuse me. Brian's new old school. Here just gonna put this onto the camera right here. That's a 40. I can't let. I'm bring it.
Well, I got
there
these.
for a
You guys want to try these?
All right, here you go. Brian got golf tomorrow. They're going down to North Carolina.
Nothing
so.
like golf. I'm like a
Like-
nice
like
40.
I hate golf. I need this.
I brought it. I had to do it. It's old school.
All right, let's get rid of Paps. Yeah, I'll take that. So we got here. We'll put this up here on the next booze cam.
And none for Gretchen Wieners.
All right, so who's next? On their quotes.
I'll jump on.
Go ahead, Shane.
I had on there the original, the cab, what Jay brought up in the beginning. I recommend you stop being such a fag.
you're in the back
take a
seat.
glass.
I suppose. You want one, or do you got?
Yeah, sure, I'll take one.
I started writing these
Whatever.
down in order from when I was watching the movie today. I have our short cameo by the director, which we said many. Hello. Hi. I'm here for the gangbang. And I'm going to paraphrase a lot of these because they're so long. But when they're at the church and Beanie's just ripping into Frank, telling him, one vagina for the rest of your life, and look at my life, it sucks.
Way to think things through.
You're smart, Frank. Way to think it through.
Way to think it through. The next one was Mitch's toast. He's like, sometimes you think you found
So-
true love.
This is one of my quotes, so I'll do the whole thing as I have it
do the
written
whole
down.
thing.
So true
Take it
love,
away, Kevin.
True love is hard to find. Sometimes you think you have true love, but then you catch the early flight home from San Diego, and a couple nude people jump out of your bathroom, blindfolded like a goddamn magic show, ready to double team your girlfriend. And that's where it ends. And we pick it up back here. I think what he's trying to say is love is blind.
Let's raise our glasses. Whatever we got, health and happiness. And the crowd's just like, I'm not a talker.
Yeah.
I'm not a talker.
He like kisses him.
Yeah.
I had on there, obviously, Stifler and his dart. The letter on the door when Mitch comes home and it's all boarded up. I don't have the whole letter out, but
don't have that.
at the end, it's
you.
all boarded up. They took everything. The windows are boarded, the doors are boarded, and at the end, he signs off, I love you, Frank. And then at the end, when he gets in a fight with Dean Pritchard, and he kicks his ass. He's like, I think I see blue. He looks glorious.
No. You did good, Big Cat. Come back to the light. Yeah, I love the fact he calls him Big Cat.
Cat. Go ahead, Kev.
All right, so when he does meet with Heidi, when he's like trying to figure out what's going on, it's like, tell me this is like the only time this happened. It's like, well, do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to tell you this is the first time? And then it picks up right after that, after the I'm here for the gangbang. The first thing that happens at the wedding is Beanie's actually trying to like console Mitch. And Mitch is like, well, I wasn't looking for a girl like that. And Beanie's like, well, Columbus wasn't looking for America, my man, but that seemed to work out for everyone. You're here, aren't you? So when they first move into the house, when they're talking about how they got it, and he goes, how'd you get this place? It was actually pretty easy. A professor lived here for like 30 years, but he died.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we kind of, I didn't see, or I didn't hear either of you guys specifically say it for your quote with the Frank the Tank, but fill it up again. It's so good. Once it hits your lips, it's so good. And then there's the whole thing with the earmuffs that are going. Each and every time there's like a different way because they screw it up at one point also. So after we learn it the first time, afterwards, like, I don't know why you got to do it in front of the kid with the effing. All you got to say is earmuffs to him. Earmuffs. You can say fuck, shit, bitch, whatever you want.
Cock balls.
All right, I'm just proving a point. You don't have to celebrate it, Frank. So. And then later on, after they're starting the fraternity, and Mitch pulls him, he's like, I don't want these fucking people in my house. And he's like, it's like the kid's right here. So he sit there. It's like, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the baby.
Sorry, baby.
Apologize. I'm sorry, baby.
You mentioned it before with the flip phone. Also, when Frank is on the phone, it's like, oh, so do you want to get together for frozen yogurt sometime, or even a whole meal of food?
Like
No,
frozen
so dumb.
He's like deleting his messages.
And I'll just do.
It's me, Frank Ricardo.
Frank Ricard.
Your husband?
I'll just do one more. So when Frank is on the, I don't remember what Ellen Pompeo's character name is when she's there meeting
Nicole.
Mitch. Nicole. So, but then Frank comes out with the blow up doll. It's like, what do you guys like better, nurse or cheerleader? It's like, hey Frank, it's a nice doll you have there. Yeah, she's okay.
Did you have fun at the wedding?
All right, say bye. And he was a little hand moving with the dolls and moving the hand.
I mean, there's a lot, but Bry still has to go, so we need to make sure he's got
I mean,
quotes. I know one of his favorite quotes hasn't been said yet, so.
There's also, but like, right, the one that just happened, like, at the end of Blue's funeral, and he, like, Will Ferrell and his wife are getting divorced. She's like, I want a divorce. And then he's just like doesn't know what to say. And he's like, well, if I don't see you, like, keep on
trucking.
Keep on trucking.
He grabs him by the chin, fucking awkwardly. So you want to go out, go back home, throw on the Cisco CD? The Cisco CD.
Get wild to the dong song.
That's the second time he mentioned thongs, because he's the therapist.
Yeah, and then like basically a lot of it is like Frank with like, I thought we were in the trust tree, or are we not?
Yeah, hands down. Frank has the best quotes.
At the end too, like the extra credits when he's in the supermarket and he sees Mitch's old girlfriend.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, I'm back. And he yells at
Frank the Tank is you know it.
He kicks her shopping.
And that's not technically
I think that's
really
like the
in the
last
movie. It's
scene.
like an end credits.
having
scene.
some internet friends over.
It's a few internet friends.
Yeah. Awesome. I'd have to say, out of all the Marvel movies I've loved, I think these end credits are probably this, and then Old School were probably. Old School and fucking Hangover end credits are probably the best out of all this. So, anyway, go on, Brian. What else you got? Is anyone throw in there?
I'm trying to think. Like, what else did we miss?
The guy we had gone over it before, but I forget that guy. The guy from Sports Center. What's his name?
Craig Kilborn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When he's in the bathroom, he's like, you can't tell. Like, this is guy code. What are you, a girl?
Yeah.
He's like, good talk. I'll see you out there.
Yeah, I love that. Good talk, shit. There he is. No offense, though. He is the king.
Coffee and pie with
I was leaving that one for you. I figured it was all you.
Which we didn't even talk about that. Like actual.
We didn't really talk about the end.
But yeah,
the
academic part, but the
review
debate.
thing, yeah.
That's the way you debate. That's the way you do it.
What happened? I blacked out.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, that part was so great because like, what's his name just jumps in and he's like, "Have at it, Hoss." That was perfect. I don't know what else to respond to.
There was also from there that I had just because we went. That's why there's one that I missed also when he falls in the Panther suit going through the hoop. They're in the logs like Frank, don't worry about it. We're gonna get those points back. Your skin's gonna grow back.
It was
funny because everyone's when he's actually on fire and everybody's like, oh, and then Dean Pritchard's still sitting there. He's like, oh. That was great.
He's in the locker room, and then he's like, "No one's freaking out." He takes the chair and banging the.
We can't lose our composure. You gotta keep your composure.
Oh, hey, Darcy. Now that I can explain. It's like crazy. You think about it. All like the potential girlfriend. What's her face? Her name is
You just said Nicole.
Nicole. Yeah, with
Dr. Gray.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yep. So Nicole's in all the scenes. It's like, what the fuck is going on? She has no idea, and like these
magic,
crazy stories are happening with it.
And I think she was at the place when all the KY was coming, wasn't?
Yes, yeah. They're coming out of office with the KY.
She just sees all this random shit.
At first, it was like they're shouting across the street. The
Godfather, what's up? The guy just called him Godfather?
The two things at the restaurant where it's like you're having dinner with the Godfather, the King, and then the girl shows up that looks like a underage.
Then her boyfriend. Like,
yeah. And then the
says, oh yeah, he's acting inappropriate with the waitress.
Yeah. So.
Poor guy.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to add because I feel like we could really just start going scene by scene and just taking a quote out.
Literally, just from
every
fucking. Was Brewing Can by Round Guys Brewing?
We'll see. Well, all right. On that note, we're on the next can here, Professor Booty. We're gonna get into a little further detail on that. I am going to stop the stream for a moment so I can update the movie because we still have on the screen it says the movie, the program, which we are not doing the program. We are doing old school. So everyone stay tuned. Give me a few minutes. We're going to stop for a moment to make sure audio is still good, and we're going to come back. All right. Be right back. Cheers. Oh, that's funny to you? Because you won't be laughing when somebody prematurely pops in your face. It stings. And that is now why I have a lazy eye. All right, we are now back. RB2 podcast. Reels, Booze, and Bros. That was from Barry, the oral sex instructor. I had another one I was about to find, but I lost that one. So I thought that one was good to go for the...
I'm a little busy.
Our comeback quote. Now... we are going to bring it on with the rest of the podcast. So we did the quotes. We did the scenes. Let's go to the awards, ladies and gentlemen. Best quote. I'm going to throw out there. By Frank. Blue, you're my boy! Like, I can't tell you. I probably used that one maybe 2 more times than pretty much a lot of the other ones. I'm going for how much I've used as a... Oh, my God. Look at them. And the tidy whities, all red.
Frank, your skin's going to grow back.
But for me, like, even just at the end part, oh, it actually is the full thing. Blue, you're my boy. Like, I don't know how many times I still use that shit.
Right into Dust in the Wind.
Close my eyes. Listen, I'm just going to say, I don't really think there's, like, a loser in this, whatever we nominate for these quotes. Like, I think every single one's going to be a winner. But
hands down.
For me, I'm gonna lean towards Frank once again, and it's a pretty nice little Saturday. So I could lean with that, or even just like Frank the Tank when he's like Frank the Tank. Just
yeah. You know? I don't even think he says anything. He just punches.
He's like probably the best. Yeah, the best like 5-second motion of just punching in the air. So
but there's a shit ton of quotes in here. Like you could not go wrong with any quote that anyone picks.
If it's based on how many times I've used a quote from this movie, it's probably like good talk. I'll see you out there.
Yes, that was my number 2. That was my number 2 because I've done it else.
I can't tell you how many times I've used that quote
because it's coming from a shitty place. But you know, we've all turned it around to make it so much better, though. Oh, and then here we go, Frank doing the floor routine.
Frank's face.
He gets right in his face with it.
Yeah,
but again,
Eddie stops it.
Any quote is not a loser here.
No, if we're doing like how often you use it, also for me, it's definitely fill it up again. Yeah. It's so good. Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Yeah. And then just the whole thing with earmuffs, kid.
Yeah, those are probably the top quotes. Like
Still holding.
Blue, you're my boy. Earmuffs. Shame of what you
Good
said.
talks, yeah.
Good talk. See you out there. And Brian, what was one you said again? I just forgot.
Nice little Saturday plan.
It's more of
there's
the.
enough time.
I think
Enough
the other ones. A little Bed Bath &
No, it's in
time.
that. Nice little Saturday plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to Home Depot.
So,
Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond.
Like,
I don't
yeah,
know.
those are probably.
I don't know if there's enough.
Those are all the ones I know I've used, and some random ones throughout that's there. Okay, it's very tough to decide. Twitch, you guys got anything on there to stream? What do you guys think? RB2 fans, let us know. You can tweet at us. You can put it on here in the channel. We'll start reading.
If I'm going like with the funniest thing, I would say it is the actual wedding speech. Like a goddamn magic show. Throw away the double team your girlfriend, and that's where it stops. And it picks up here.
Yes, this was more like line funny as opposed to like scene funny.
Yeah, but we were talking about ones that we can just use basically all the time we're out, basically.
But like, you know, some of the movies like
It's so
they have
good.
like funnier scenes that happens opposed to like some of the lines in other movies that happen. I'm gonna put the beer back in the beer can. I'm holding on to it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I know you guys are all.
How dare you enjoy your beer?
Put your beer back in your beer can.
The beer cam. So going on. All right. So let's move on to the best scene. I nominate Mitch Palooza because there's just.
Where are you starting and where are you ending? Let me ask you that.
That's tough. I want to like. It's probably right when it just first starts. It's nighttime.
Right.
Like
But where are you ending that scene?
probably the next morning we see the fucking car that caught on fire somehow. You're like, what the fuck? And then
Are you
that's
going to
it.
include Jeremy Piven coming in like after the party,
Vince Vaughn and his tiny
into the party?
Because that's
I mean, it's part of the party.
That's probably the best 10 minutes of the whole movie. Like that whole.
Well, I have something I want to talk about for the best 10 minutes.
I would love to include that because I feel like, yeah, because he's still involved with the party because.
And they're waking up from the party.
Yeah, it's waking up from the party. So and then like it's an entire because. Yeah, I'll include that
because it kind of ends right after that. Like he's like, "All right,
Yeah.
you're done."
Yeah, it's done, and then it goes to
then
something
they go
else.
to something else.
Snoop
Yes.
Loop, bring your green hat.
Because there's just so much going on, and each character has their own thing. You really find out who Frank the Tank is.
Yeah.
Like you're like, wow, you know, let's not bring Frank the Tank back, but you know what? He fucking came back like with a vengeance.
And you get Mitch banging Alicia Cuthbert.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's included.
Yeah,
because
good for him.
Yeah.
24, right there.
Yep.
And
Definitely not how old she was, but 24 is not the age.
Then what else was there? And then there was Bernie, or Bernard.
Beanie, yeah, Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard, Beanie.
Cheese.
Jeez,
That's the other guy.
that was probably him better.
Did we
His
stuff
best
you in a
part.
dumpster? Yeah, I got out.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Better with him there.
Cheese.
And then him just like kind of roasting, but yet like speaking about Mitch, and he's just quiet the entire time. I think Luke Wilson was probably cast the best for this because like I don't know, he's not really like a great actor. I think and he was just so quiet and able to deliver the lines as like this quiet guy, kind of
Yeah, he's like the normal dude.
Yeah, he's just like he's perfect. So,
Just like we've talked about how serious he is when he slaps the guy in the face.
yes, yeah, I like
It's
that.
untrue.
Because it's like fuck. They found out, so you
I
wanted
wanted to
to
mix
end
work with whatever the hell is I doing.
That's what like a normal person would do. So and like who got some power, he just like flips out and he fucking tells the boss off. Like I have these guys working here anyway. So
Get off my ass.
this okay. Anyone else want to? What they got? Kev, you said you got something entirely different. What you got?
Well, I'm going with the wedding scene, the very beginning. And the problem is I don't know where to start and where to end also, because I would love it if I could include the gangbang scene also, and even the guy at the airport. But I'll just start at the wedding when they're on the altar. And
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah, that's, it has to.
And Beanie's just sitting there. It's like first, it's like, oh, you know, well, it's a once in a lifetime girl. You weren't looking for her, but Columbus wasn't looking for America. Frank, good move, Frank. One vagina the rest of your life. Way to figure it out. Good job. Takes a real man to give away an angel. And then even from there, it goes right into the reception where you have the damn band that starts off. You have Mitch's tank that spills the coffee all over Nicole's dress. You said they're inappropriate. Inappropriate.
His hands like he's like
up in the dress,
elbow deep up in the dress in there.
And then it goes.
Put in a good word for me.
That's exactly what I would probably do the same thing. Like, yo,
When you're that banged up,
yeah, I'd be like, yo. I probably did that with my wife, with like with our buddy, with Nick's. So before we go on, my wife and Nick, who hasn't been on here in a while, Nick, we miss you. his wife are best friends, and the shit I've been so fucked up and tell her to say like, yo, hook me up with your friend who is now my wife. She would say, you need to fix all of this. And so, yeah, I was Mitch.
Why don't you out and get some air?
You got that next morning Mitch hair going.
As you can tell, the podcast is almost over.
There's that scene. Then it goes right into the wedding toast also. So all of that is just great. I mean, if you talk about 10-minute stretches, there's a bunch of different ones you can do. We haven't really mentioned the birthday party that much either. We kind of glossed over it, but that whole part is great too.
That's another.
But
if I'm saying the reason why I really like that is I still think that wedding part is, for me, it's the funniest part of the movie. It's early on, so it just sets the tone for how hilarious the rest of the movie is going to be too. So that's what I went with.
I do. Brian, you want to do something different?
I mean, it's tough because
Would you like to nominate the birthday party?
It's either
dart, you got the
Don't break the fourth wall.
it's the birthday party or the gymnastics scene.
Run as fast as you can and jump. hit the jump as hard as you can.
Yeah, well,
But like
Abdul be there to spot you.
he's like 80 pounds soaking wet.
jumping back into like what Kevin said with the wedding scene, like that's like the first time you're meeting Beanie, and like he sets his character up so perfectly, and he's like when he's talking to Frank, he's like, I didn't want to talk to you right now. He's like, but you got to run away from this ASAP.
But you're also meeting Frank too. And Frank's like he's just like this composed, like shy
It's like
little
the
guy.
best day of my life. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
She's 30 yards away. You're not married yet.
But like, man, the birthday scene is so good. With everything from like Vince Vaughn and just like him in a clown costume, and he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette like it's no big deal, yelling at Spanish.
Frank regifting the bread maker.
Yeah.
Yay! He's so fucking
You like that?
excited.
It's got 3 speeds.
But obviously, what makes that scene, and it's like the scene within the scene, like we're doing an Inception part, but it's like
We're Inception, it's something old school.
is obviously the fucking tranquilizer. Got a
Show
door
what
in your
he's
neck,
got.
man. Got
You just took a dart in the jugular.
Yes.
You're crazy, man.
No, you.
I like you, but you're crazy. But yeah, like I just everything about that, like the interaction with Will Ferrell and Sean William Scott is just fucking perfect, and I'm gonna have to go with that. Like that's the best part of the movie. You're not wrong with any of these, so I don't care.
Again,
Like,
and you're not wrong. Shane, what you got for us?
Well, before I say, I just realized nobody in the Dan band's named Dan.
Oh, yeah?
I just reading the credits right now. What the hell they call the Dan band
My dreams pass before my eyes of curiosity. I'm sorry, go ahead. Dust in the wind.
for? I'm gonna get on the Kevin bus here. If we're doing from the beginning of the wedding when Frank is getting married until after the toast, that 10 minutes, I'm on board.
You know what we can do? Right after the wedding is when he moves into the house. We can just do a solid 20 minutes. right into
Chappalooza. Oh, my God.
All right, we got 40 minutes.
The best scene of the movie is the entire movie from start to finish. There's no rules anymore.
know what I do love in that scene in the wedding scene is like when they're showing them in the background are the two photos of Will Ferrell's photos.
Face is great now. I tell you what,
He looks so confused. He's like,
speaking of scenes, the end credit scene of like Beanie going crazy on a soccer field and throws the chair and he gets kicked out. And they're like 5 years old. You think that again?
Clipboard.
No, he got thrown out before that. He was like, let's make it official. Let's make it official.
Is that Frank the Tank?
You're looking very healthy.
All right, so that's what we got for scene. It's like it's a toss up because everything's great in this movie. You know what? I don't want to switch my vote because though I'll tell you now we're segueing to the next one because I think the best character, the Randy Watson Award, is I like to go outside of the box on this one. There is in the wedding scene is the Dan band. I fucking loved them. I laughed so hard.
I need you more.
I know it's so.
than ever.
I know it's coming, but it's so good. It fits so perfect. So And then obviously Frank the Tank wins the fucking movie.
Well, yeah.
But Will Ferrell, but like the Dan Band. All right.
So no, on the spirit of the Randy Watson Award, because if we're going just short amount of time in characters,
Is it Sean William Scott? You go.
I have him,
I do.
and then
I
I
like him.
also have Juliette Lewis, because like
That's true. Yeah.
she's actually like.
I mean, she doesn't
I'm
say
really
it
sorry.
funny, but she's so sincere about it.
I'm sorry for being a whore.
She's the very beginning of the movie and the
You want me
very
to say
end
it's
of
my
the
first
last
time?
mid-credit scene.
But the way she's smoking a cigarette, she's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, I didn't think you were coming home.
I was telling you all that. I thought it was just dirty talk.
But yeah, but if we're gonna go for the length of the movie, you got to put Will Ferrell as the winner for that. Like I think he would win that. But just based on the spirit of the Randy Watson Award, I'm gonna put with Sean William Scott's character. Was it Peppers?
Yes, Peppers, fantastic. Shane, what you got?
I
For
mean,
us?
obviously Will Ferrell and Beanie were my two favorite characters because Dean Pritchard is a strong third.
Yeah, no, he's
strong,
good.
super strong third. But if it's going to be the short time with a powerful thing, it's definitely Sean William Scott. It was just, it was so excited that he shot that fucking dart in his neck.
Yes.
Like at first he couldn't even say anything. He just,
That's like the best. Like I think that was because what you said. This is probably real because it's so real. It's like what else can you say besides?
It's like it's one of those things where like the director was like, "Hey, Will, shoot yourself in the neck, and we're not going to tell him. Just see what it looks like."
yeah, like Aliens when the thing came out. Nobody knew about it.
No one knew what happened. Scared the shit. This is probably. He's like, oh my god, like fuck yeah.
Just go with it.
Shot yourself. It's because it has to be a natural reaction. I would love to question, but like,
I mean, it definitely seems like one, because if not, he's a fucking great actor. That guy should have better parts.
on that part alone,
Let alone he's got a mustache and a mullet while he's doing it. So
great choice. I got you. All right, Kev, what you think on this?
So I know that you guys said that Will Ferrell wins the movie, and I mean he does, but he's not my favorite character. I still think that Beanie is my favorite character, though, Vince Vaughn. It's just like how it's like kind of quick-witted, just what a dick he is, I guess, basically.
Yes.
But it's funny too, and like you think of him as like dick character, and just point out he didn't cheat on his wife. He said if his wife dies, give me your number, we'll figure it out later. But you get that because he's the one who's like, we need to have this party, we missed this, we can get all these girls that are younger than us. But he's not that bad at least.
Yeah.
If we're talking about a guy, I was thinking the same thing. Like there should be like the main person, but then what about other people in the movie? Shane mentioned it. I would go with Jeremy Piven. Then he's a fantastic asshole. Also, the scene was just on before when the head of the student council is walking up after she found out she didn't get into Columbia Law. And she's like, I need to talk to you about something. And he's like, I'm busy right now. He just shakes a mug of root beer can.
Yeah, what's it with the odd fucking mug root beer, cherry Pepsi, like?
And then before that, I mentioned it a while ago when the other like Weasley kid that works for him was like, they're actually very good at paperwork. It's quite the anomaly. And he's just like, time for you. He's like, this is me leaving. This is me leaving.
that you just brought up like one of the things that the quotes that we missed was when he's he's like Beanie's like, you think I like voting my wife and kid to hang out with 19-year-old girls all day?
Is that when he's like hanging the fraternity sign in the front door or something like that? I think.
Yeah, it was.
Just like you were talking about Beanie, like his quick wit. I'm like, oh wow, that just popped in my head.
Yeah, gotcha.
Quote.
All right, so we got our candidates. I went more with the Randy Watson. He was singing in his thing, and then they were singing with the Dan bands. But anyway.
Which doesn't have a Dan in it.
Yeah. Now, Adrian Balboa, worst character. I honestly think Marissa, Frank's husband.
I'm with you.
Frank's wife.
High five!
100%.
You mean
She's
Frank's
such
wife,
a
not
bitch.
I'm sorry, Frank's husband.
Frank's Marissa.
I actually put Frank's husband in the fucking thing. Listen, this is 2021.
They're all
changes.
they're gender fluid. It's okay. I get it.
He's such a bitch.
Like you knew who he was.
Yeah.
God forbid
I could change.
We don't want Frank the Tank coming back.
Yeah, it's like, and it happens.
Danielle and B. Nasty, you know? We don't want B. Nasty coming back, do we?
Yeah, it's like
Can't change him.
It's always there. You can't change him. That's probably what she was. She's like, well, I changed him. He's for the good. And then they go to the fucking trust
One night
tree.
out.
and they all like judge him. It's like, wow, that fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
and then he's streaking. He's like, we're streaking. And he's like, who's streaking? You fucking bitch.
They're catching up.
I see. All right, so that's what I got. I think Shane's agreeing with me. Anyone else want to agree with that? Change
I
someone
have
else?
Craig Kilborn.
That's who I have.
It's not even like his character.
He's not bad.
I think
Go ahead.
the whole thing is
Go
like
ahead,
his
Hoss.
character is actually an asshole.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they could have done better than Craig Kilborn as the person who's playing him also.
I don't know, but he
Like-
sells that line. Good talk.
Yeah. No, that's
Like,
why
you know,
that's
we don't tell each other. It's something that chicks do.
Chicks, you're not a
Yeah.
chick, are you?
Yes, yeah, he's an asshole for cheating on it, but like,
I like his whole like delivery of the thing, but I just think like he's just meant to be an asshole. So like you're not gonna like him because he's the the boyfriend of the girl, but he's obviously like trying to cheat on her every time.
a
And
piece of shit, yeah.
So like in like his character, he's a scumbag, and that's why like I lean that way towards him.
I see where you're coming from.
But I mean, I don't like Marissa either.
Marissa's
So
such
like
a cunt.
those are my two choices.
Plain simple.
If
Or we'll see you next
it wasn't
Tuesday.
Kilborn, yeah, it was Marissa.
she looked very hot. I'll tell you that. But she's
Yeah, when she was sucking that dick.
Yeah.
Or when
That-
she was
that
sucking
carrot.
that zucchini or whatever the fuck
That's
she
right,
had.
she had a carrot.
She had a carrot.
we had to give it 110%.
Speaking of which, that girl next to her, which was going to town,
Oh, yeah.
the zucchini.
Yeah, they're very attractive. The friends in the back seat when they're finding like
In the back, yeah,
in the
when they
back seat,
find him.
yeah, and
They were
and-
both fucking
yeah.
up.
The one girl when she has to slide over. When
Yeah.
Frank says, "Oh,
Yeah, that's the same with the zucchini girl.
The
Is it? Okay.
yeah, the was it Leah?
No, Leah Remini.
Remini,
She's
yeah.
the one in the front seat.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
she-
Frank called out.
Yeah, she had that good line, and then she had like the inappropriate, and that was it. Like other than that, like that's as much. I don't like her. Go back to your Scientology cult at that time. Anyway,
She's out now. It's okay. She escaped.
She escaped. She stole Zach Morris.
oh, you're right. Anyway, so moving on. BTS. There's a fucking lot. I got a couple. Let's go through this real quick. So BTS behind the scenes. So Frank's streaking scene was shot on a city street, as Will Feller remembered it. One of the storefronts was a 24-hour gym with stairmasters and treadmills in the window. He goes, I was rehearsing in a robe and all these people are in the gym watching me. I asked one of the production assistants, shouldn't we tell them I'm going to be naked? Sure enough, I dropped my robe and there were shrieks of pure horror after the first take. Nobody was at the window anymore. I took that as a sign of approval. I love it. And let's see. The Foulmouth Band playing at the wedding is a real rock band called the Dan Band. They have also appeared in Starsky and Hutch and The Hangover.
Yeah, the Hangover. Yeah.
Love them. I actually got that for my wedding.
I've never seen Starsky and Hutch, so.
So I have. I don't know bits and pieces.
I haven't,
It's good. I recommend.
I saw The Hangover. 50%.
So,
Do you have the behind the scenes about Snoop Dogg?
I may have put it on here. I don't remember. Let me look. If not, we'll go through. Let's see. All right. Vince Vaughn had to keep the crowd at the Mitchapalooza scene, over 300 extras, under control by entertaining them for at least an hour. There were plans to produce a sequel with the main characters on college spring break. Upon reading the script, Will Ferrell, when promoting Semi-Pro, said that he and Vince Vaughn had the same reaction when the story just felt like it was repeating itself. Basically, that same thing in spring break. And I don't have that. Like I remember reading about it, but I'll tell you this. The song "Here I Go Again" by Whitesnake is played 4 times in the movie. I put this in because I fucking love this song. So, twice with the words, one without, and once hummed. Whitesnake is also mentioned by Mitch when he refers...
Jacket.
when he
that Whitesnake jacket.
references
I'm still very into
Nicole's high school denim jacket. Frank also wears a Whitesnake t-shirt at the end of the movie during the credits. When he's like, I'm back! He's wearing it in the supermarket and stuff like that. So I thought that was good. I want to say the Snoop Dogg thing was what? They asked him because he wanted to be in Starsky and Hutch. He wanted to be
You want to be Huggy Bear.
He wanted to be Huggy Bear.
But
because the director did all... Todd Phillips did it. He said, listen, I need you to do this little rule real quick. I'll give you Huggy
and then
Bear.
I'll give you Huggy Bear, yeah.
And so that was good to go. All right. Anyone else with the BTS? That's good? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Moving on.
I got some.
All right. Go ahead, Shane. Nice contribution.
Did
Good to have you back.
everybody see Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason?
I'm sorry. What was going on? Wait, before we go. Twitch little user says Snoop Dogg was the worst character. He never gave up his hat for the fucking...
Bring your green hat.
Yeah. You know what?
Snoop-a-loop. It's cool. It's cool, guys.
It's cool. All right. I'm sorry. So go ahead, Shane. What you got?
Did you see Back to the Future 2?
Of course.
So Marty's hiding in the garage and he's following Biff down the street.
Uh-huh.
Back to the Future again, and he Biff takes the ball from the kids and kicks it and it goes up in the house.
Yes.
That's the same house. Mitch's house.
Oh
shit.
shit!
When he moves
Oh.
Yeah.
into the fraternity. Oh wow.
Fraternity house is the same house from Back to the Future 2 that Biff throws the ball.
Hill Valley.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta like check this out now.
And the church was actually used in Wedding Crashers too. That Will Ferrell gets married in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I don't know which part.
Is
but
that the
it
one
was-
where Vince Vaughn gets married in when he's he gets the redhead?
I didn't see which exact church because there's a bunch of church scenes.
I got you. All
But
right.
it was. That's what I got.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. So now our famous question: can The Rock make this movie better? I'll tell you what. Check this out. I say yes, as the oral sex instructor. Come on.
Oh, that's great. He gives Will Ferrell the rock bottom when he sneaks in.
Because he did play a gay character in like one of his earlier roles with the John Travolta movie, and just use that same intensity and bring it to this as the
I
fucking.
had him for
blowjob.
2 other choices.
Did you? All right, that's what I thought. I'm going outside the. Obviously, I'm going outside the box on this.
As much as I love Sean William Scott, I could see him as that role too.
Give the Rock a blonde mullet. Just slap it on.
Imagine him with a mullet.
Either that or just him randomly like this fucking giant jacked guy as the dean.
That's I had that as one
him
of
as
mine.
Dean
yeah.
Pritchard.
Yeah, I would say a pledge, but he. Gets,
I don't think he's gonna be.
gets
I don't
kicked
think
out.
he's gonna be better, but I
The
just.
pledge would be too. He's just too like big and like good looking.
He's not joining that
You know,
fraternity.
he's more of a road trip that black fraternity. He's in that fraternity.
Yeah.
The pre-Todd Phillips.
Look what I found in their bags.
You guys in the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, that I can't see him as a pledge because they kick him out because like, dude, you're just too good looking and big and
Yeah.
you don't belong with a
Oral
bunch of
sex
losers.
instructor.
But also the therapist, the trust tree.
Oh shit!
That's
We're in
another
a
good
safe
one.
place now, Frank.
So we were talking about pennies.
Go on.
What do they smell like?
A little, so what you say is you want a little poontang pie?
So what,
Bringing it back to the
Smell like
wrestling
what I'm
days?
cooking right now.
in these fantasies, what is the girl's name? It doesn't matter what the name is.
Because she's all about your wife, Marissa. Even though she's a piece of shit. All right, listen. I can get behind. Listen, I thoroughly enjoy him being a sex instructor, and then let him be both. Imagine he's the both guy. He'd be like, wait a minute, weren't you?
Eddie Murphy can do it. Why can't The Rock? Put him all over
Were
the
you
place.
just telling me to make amends with my wife? Now you're giving her a blowjob?
That's not the point.
That would be the rock bottom to
I'm
the
a
kitchen.
therapist.
That's my day job. This is my night job.
Oh my god, I would love to see that actually. Anyway, so should there be a sequel, franchise, TV series? No, I'm good, man.
Well, they
I don't
already
need
talked
anything.
about it.
Yeah, they did. They
It's
did. It
just
was.
same shit.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Any
I
of
think
you
Luke
guys think?
Wilson said he's on board with.
Yeah, he did because you know
the
what?
other
It's
two are
Luke
like-
Wilson.
Look,
Let's see
he
where that
needs
actually.
money.
Yeah.
He needs money. It's okay.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, could you do it? Yeah, because most of them usually do a sequel, but it's been
I feel
too
like it'd be
late
more
now.
That like American Pie, like they made all those stupid sequels. I feel like
Yes.
it'll be like on board with that crap, you know?
I think it got better. Like it came back to original like, with American Wedding on that one because that one wasn't as funny as the original was great. Then the other one was like, Then American Wedding when
Two
they all
wasn't
came
bad.
back.
I saw one and
I
two.
mean,
I didn't see
American
any of the
Reunion
ones
was
after
was
that, so-
okay.
Yeah,
That was
Or
the one
something.
that the wedding American Wedding was.
Okay.
American Reunion was.
That'd be for another time. Let's bring it back. So we're saying no, yeah, I don't know, maybe this one. Nah, okay, we're good. All
I
right.
feel like American Pie presents Bandcamp, and then it all gets a little stupid sequels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
all
all
right, yeah.
suck.
It was just
Old
a
school
cat.
presents.
Cat.
funny.
Old school presents
Yeah.
the next pledge class.
Yeah.
So it's Weensy hazing someone instead now.
Is he still alive?
I'm not. I don't know. He might have a heart issue. You know, with
Maybe.
the weight. So they got
a little bit. So
Could have got stapled, you don't know.
it's possible. All right, so moving on. Final thoughts. Anyone want to go first on final thoughts? Think of this? Everything we've been through is an emotional journey, ladies and gentlemen. Emotional. You know, I don't know if there's enough time. I honestly don't know. Brian, what you got? Final thoughts.
Fantastic movie. Love it. One of my favorite comedies of all time. Like Shane said earlier, and Kevin, all you guys, it's just you could pick this up at any point in the movie, and you're gonna watch it because it's just that good. You know exactly what scene's coming up. You know exactly what line's coming up, but it doesn't matter. It's fucking funny.
It doesn't matter.
And you're just gonna laugh your ass off. Like, the movie's great. I'll watch it every time it's on. Simple as that. TBS, TNT, whatever. I don't care. I'm in. I'm fully invested.
You know the dirty parts.
So yeah, I'll watch it on cable, or whatever it's on. I'm watching it. So.
All right, gotcha. Kev, Shane, you guys want to jump in? What do you think? Your final thoughts, Kev? Go ahead.
Yeah, for a comedy, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of the funniest movies.
10.
I've seen it so many times through the years. Watching it again, it's been a while since I've seen it now, but just watching it again yesterday, you don't forget anything that happens the whole time. But it's still great. You can sit there and still enjoy it, even though you've seen it so many times. So there's a lot of comedies I feel like if you see them like once or twice, you're like, you don't need to see it again. But this one still works. So. Fantastic. And again, like I said, it's really one of the first ones where you saw how funny Will Ferrell and Vince Vaughn could really be in a full-length movie, basically.
Yeah.
So
You knew that those two were going to be like fucking really good. you let loose the reins, give them their movies, and then they're going to fucking be gold. All right, Shane, what you got?
Yeah, I'm on. It's not one of the movies where you have to watch it like 2 or 3 times to see how funny it is. It's fucking funny from the first time you see it, still watching it today. It's fucking hilarious. It was actually one of our boy Weber's favorite movies.
Yes.
He loved this fucking movie. It's a great one. Shout out to Weber. We love you, buddy.
I said, yeah, Weber. The last podcast talked about we love you, miss you. And I'll tell you this. For me, I love this movie. Hysterical. I agree with Shane and Brian and Kev. Start to finish funny. And there's just, as we rewatch it, the smaller things, the details we see, like the kissing of Wincy's fucking head. I don't know. I never saw that before until I saw it again. I'm like, God damn it. I don't know why I thought that's fucking funny as hell.
The small details.
Yeah. The random, the fucking the ribbon in the face on the floor with Dean Pritchard. I probably saw it, but I just thought I was laughing because Will Ferrell's dancing with that. But him in the face, hysterical.
The look on all the wedding guests' faces, the damn band is singing also. They're like,
yeah, their faces.
What did he just say?
Yeah, the picture of Will Ferrell in the background behind him in the wedding. Like there's the small. As you watch this movie more and more, the smaller details make it even funnier than as you first seen it. So, all right. That's it for that. We're gonna bring this podcast to a close. Let's wrap it up.
Think KFC still open?
So I know you guys are all going on vacation for a bit. Gonna be we haven't decided what next episode it's gonna be. Honestly, I'm leaning towards a good surprise. There may be some new host on here, some guest host coming on. I gotta check some schedules and see what's up with that. You can check us out again. We are on our website, reelsboozebros.com. You can check us out on our social media. Obviously, we're going to be on Twitch doing this. I hope you guys enjoy this. The first episode of on Twitch did not record. Well, it recorded, but it's not posted. So this episode will be there for later on. Again, if you want to be part of this experience, check us out on our website, our social media, get in contact with us. RB2 podcast on all our stuff, and other than that,
yeah, I still hasn't finished his 40 yet.
It's 40. Yeah, I have to get another beer. I actually got work at 7. Whatever. That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this. Let us know on our social media what you guys thought on this Twitch. Yeah. Cheers.